Welcome back to Epic Sundays. We have a great week in store for you. I just quickly want to share, this episode is all about trusting God. So tune in, listen, and we've got some fun in store for you and a great story. Here we are at the Coming campus, and you are always invited to any one of our campuses here at Influencers Church.
Happy Thanksgiving! Today we're going to play a fun game that is probably going to make everyone really hungry. I'm going to show you a close-up image of something you might see on a Thanksgiving dinner table. As soon as you think you know what it is, shout out your answer. Easy enough, right? All right, let's begin. What do you think this first image is? Time's up. What is it? If you said stuffing, you're right. I don't know about you, but after my third helping of stuffing, I'm pretty much stuffed. Here's the next one. What do you think this might be? Time's up. What is it? If you said turkey, you're right. I call a drumstick. Okay, what do you think this is? Time's up. What is it? If you said sweet potatoes, you're right. Sweet job. Now, what do you think this might be? Time's up. What is it? If you said green beans, you're right. It would have been really sad to miss out on this one. Study the next one carefully. Shout it out if you know it. Time's up. What is it? If you said tofurkey, you're right. Great job. Bonus points if you can shout out what a tofurkey is. That's right, a turkey made of tofu. Okay, what do you think we're looking at here? Time's up. What is it? If you said pumpkin pie, you're correct. Great job. I'll take mine with whipped cream. I wonder what this could be. Time's up. What is it? If you said mashed potatoes, you're right. Now someone please pass the gravy. Let's try another. What do you think we're looking at here? Time's up. What is it? If you said carrots, you're correct. If you missed that one, I would say you must not care at all. All right, this is our last one. Can you figure out what it is? Time's up. What is it? If you said corn, you're right. Great job. Are you tired of these corny jokes yet? Well, I'm definitely thankful that we got to play this game together. Happy Thanksgiving, friends!
Three, two, one, boom! This week for challenge time, I have a game for you to play, okay? And this game, you may need somebody else. So I need two people. I know you're there. Or if you're only by yourself watching Epic Sundays by yourself right there, you can at least participate the first half and then wait for someone, okay, to play the second half. It is similar to a treasure map, okay? The treasure map! But what you've got to do is you've got to find an item to hide somewhere in your home. And then what you have to do, okay, so it ties in with the story of Israel, okay, and their idea of they just kept wandering and wandering, 40 years of just wandering, okay? Wandering and whining, that's Israel. But you're not going to whine as you do this. If only they had a simple map which God said, promised land, trust me, you'll get me, okay? And they just didn't. So I hope whoever receives your map can trust the map. A, I hope your map works, but B, I hope that they can trust the map, okay? So, player number one, what you've got to do is hide an item somewhere. It could be in the room you're currently in, or if you want to hit pause and play this in your whole house, or after Epic Sundays, go with it. So put something somewhere. Then what you have to do is write out and create a map. And try and give some detail, you know, here's the bedroom, here's the kitchen, yep, that's, you know, mum's favourite lamp. And then you got over here, the window over here. And then as you create this map, all right, then you have to then use that dotted line, follow the dotted line from where you currently start to where you need to end up, all right? You may need to give a clue as they're following the map. Warmer, 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 really hot, really hot, really hot. And then they turn. No, colder, 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 colder. Oh, warmer, 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 okay? So you might want to create your map and then from start to finish, hide your treasure, and then someone has to follow that map. That is the game, the challenge this week. I don't know what you're going to hide. I don't know where you're going to hide it, but have fun with this week's challenge.
The world to light. Your voice still echoes through the darkest night. I could try my best to count the stars. Nothing could compare to who you are. With you, everything is brought to light. With you, everything comes back to life. You died to make me whole. I want the world to know. With you, nothing is impossible. You called my name and told these bones to rise. And with the breath you brought me back to life. I could try and do it my own way. Jesus, I know only you can save. With you, everything is brought to light. With you, everything comes back to life. You died to make me whole. I want the world to know. With you, nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. When the world is upside down, when I can't find solid ground, you turn it all around. Nothing is impossible. When I feel like I'm alone, when I'm far away from home, I know that I'm your own. Nothing is impossible. When my world is upside down, when I can't find solid ground, you turn it all around. Nothing is impossible. When I feel like I'm alone, when I'm far away from home, I know that I'm your own. Nothing is impossible. With you, everything is brought to
Welcome back to Storytime this week. I'm going to share a story from the Bible because we love the Bible. There are so many great stories and characters and things we can learn and apply to our life. So here at Influencers Kids, we make sure we read the Bible and reread a story of that every single week at Kids Church. I'd love for you to join us at Kids Church at Influencers. But today and this series, we're talking about people and characters we can learn from in the Bible, but particularly characters that have messed up a little, made some mistakes, and we can learn from them. So this week, I'm going to talk about Israelitis, okay? Israelitis, we know we have looked at, particularly in Exodus, that the nation of Israel, okay, they whine a little bit, they complain a little bit, they don't trust God, not just a little bit, they don't trust God a lot. And if they trusted God and listened to God and obeyed God, oh my word, it would have saved them years. I'm talking years. So what they did is they could have just created a single path and it would have cut off years of their journey and time in the wilderness and the desert, and they walked laps and days and weeks and months, and they just kept going and going and going. And even as they just kept going, they just kept complaining. God, you said you were going to get us to the promised land, and here we are, and we're and they just complain. I don't know how you whine. I don't know how you complain. I don't know what it's like. Imagine in a car, if you've ever driven a long time, okay? And I mean hours, like a whole day in the car. If you're going from like Minnesota all the way to Atlanta, or a big, 14, 16 hour time in the car, and you're just sitting there hours and hours. I know my family, we love long drives, but we split it up over a few days. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Look into the future. Look what I promised you. And you're there going, oh, my shoelaces are undone. And there's long sight and there's short sight. So to have short-sightedness, all you can see is what's in front of you. But sometimes it's important to have and to see into the future, because often that's where God's promises. So child, you at home, can I just speak into your life right now? God has an incredible future in store for you. Can I ask you to believe that right now? Can I ask you to remember that right now? God has an incredible future for you, for each and every one of us. And all he asks, he goes, hey, read, listen, I'm speaking, just obey and trust me. Often that's what God is saying. So let's look at the nation of Israel here, story time, okay? And I want to share a story about a bunch of complainers, okay? And I want to just pick one part of their journey that fascinates me, okay? So here we go. They're hungry. All right, get this. So I'm reading from Exodus chapter 16. Then the whole community of Israel set out from Elim and journeyed into the wilderness of Sin, between Elim and Mount Sinai. They arrived there on the 15th day of the second month, 1 month after leaving the land of Egypt, okay? There too, the whole community of Israel complained about Moses and Aaron. Oh, Moses. Oh, Aaron. Imagine having a whole nation complain about you. Whew. Lack of trust. This is what he made in the Bible. They emphasize the moment of when they talk about this. It's so soon after they've just left Egypt. Come on, guys. Come on. I would be gathering the people. Oh, God promised us this. Look into the future, the promised land. Oh, wow. Instead, oh, no, Moses, oh, Aaron, and they're complaining already 1 month. Come on, guys. Verse 3, if only the Lord had killed us back in Egypt, they moaned. They moaned. Oh, the moaners. Have you ever moaned before? There we sat around pots filled with meat and ate all the bread we wanted, but now you've brought us into the wilderness to starve us all to death." Then the Lord said to Moses, "Look, I'm going to rain down food from heaven for you. Each day the people can go out and pick up as much food as they need for that day. I'll test them in this to see whether or not they will follow my instructions. On the 6th day they will gather food, and when you prepare it, there will be twice as much as usual." So Moses and Aaron said to all the people of Israel, "By evening you will realize it was the Lord who brought you out of the land of Egypt. In the morning you will see the glory of the Lord, because he has heard your complaints, which are against him, not against us. What have we done that you should complain about us?" Then Moses added, "The Lord will give you meat to eat in the evening and bread to satisfy you in the morning, for he has heard all your complaints against him." Come on. God hears everything. God heard him. God heard you. And what it talks about as well is he provided manna, this food which rained down every morning. The manna was there for 40 years. He provided for them so they didn't starve. But then after a little while, I want something different. I want some meat. I don't want just manna. I want meat. And then God's like, "All right, I heard that." And he rained down quail. He rained down meat. And he's like, "I'm going to give you so much meat, you're going to get sick of it." Guess what happens a week after? "Oh, there's too much quail. There's too much meat." That is Israelitis. The short-sighted nature of they can't look up there. All they can see is right here. Don't suffer from Israelitis. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on what is ahead of you. That is my story for this week. Please, God has a great future for you. I want you to learn that, know that, believe that. And rather than sometimes going, "I'm hungry, I'm whinging, I'm moaning," and you can whine and whine and whine, maybe sometimes you can keep your eyes up. Our memory verse for this series comes from Proverbs 3, 5-6, and it says this: "Trust in the Lord God with all of your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all of your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight."